Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Running a super late model open series race. It has been a long time since I've done one of these, and we are here at the Bullring. This is the first time I've run an official race at the Bullring. Built a setup
Pit lane
for
speed
the
limit
late model
is
series
30
here last
miles per
season,
hour. All
and
clear.
just ended up
Push
never
now.
running an official
Okay,
race with it.
we've got
So
2 laps to set a decent
we know
time.
super late models are a really bad series for me. I just am not good at the car. I underdrive it really bad and tend to lose control, but I go out here for qualifying, see if I can try to pick up a couple spots more than where I would be if I started in the back. Hopefully it'll give me a better shot at just staying on the lead lap. That's goal. First lap, not real good. I am just running my race setup for qualifying. And the race setup is really did not put a ton of time into trying to optimize it, so I like the series. You know, if I think it's any cleaner than what it had been, then I'll try to work on building setups for it. But right now, this is kind of an experiment. I saw a couple races that seemed like they were pretty clean, so wanted to run this and see if it was going to be that case. Caught a little bit of a weaker field. I believe it's a single split, so we're car number 6. 12 in total, and it's qualified 8th. Kind of a bit of a speed difference there between the top 7 and myself in 9th. So 8th might be where we honestly finish unless the 10 magically has a ton of speed. Let's see, the 10 and the 3 are the only two that we're waiting to finish up with. The 3 probably didn't do something, but yeah, I don't have the 2s in me. I don't have the O's in me. I barely can. Well, I mean, when I drive it decent, once I get warmed up, I can hit the 4s. It's it's probably geared. I'm guessing I probably went too short with the gear. It does chip out probably 2/3 of the way down the backstretch. The few races I saw seemed like it had actually been pretty clean, and they had run the majority of the laps under caution or under green. So I figured there would be enough of a fall off that the gearing would be close to optimal by the time the tires fall off towards the end of the race, so that the overall pace wouldn't be as bad of a fall off as opposed to me gearing it what I feel like is optimal up front, and then as it falls off, I start actually becoming under geared in a sense. So I don't think it was really going to make a massive difference either way. My goal by those qualifying lap times is not going to be the case, but my goal was to just try to see if I can finish on the lead lap. We're doing 110 laps. If I can honestly finish in wherever it is, if it's dead last and it's on the lead lap, that's fine. If it's 5th, that's fine. If it's 8th, that's fine. It really doesn't matter to me overall where I finish. Um, that's gonna be my goal, is just to try to finish on the lead lap, try to keep it as clean as I can, see if I can stay off everybody, not spin out myself, and hope to hopefully we get some decent green flag runs, get something enjoyable, and see what we can do. See, we've got the 8s right in front of us, the 5s by us. Like I said, the 12s behind us. There's, in theory, pretty big speed difference, so I think the only way that I could probably pick up spots is by wrecks happening and somebody has a lot of damage that they become, off the pace or drop out of the race, which if I wanted to go green, and that's obviously not going to happen, but we'll just see what we can get. And, if it's caution filled, then I'm sorry for a terrible race, and I probably will not be running another one of these the rest of the season, but maybe it'll be decent. The Bullring, to me, I actually enjoy. I can't drive it very well. I was struggling to drive it in late models consistently. It feels like a short Richmond to me. Just flip the layout, so the start finish line is on what Richmond's backstretch would be.
70. The air temp is 68.
And I just
110
yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I struggle with it, but it should be fairly decent. We'll make the most of it. Got no fast repairs, no tires, 110 laps, and I have desire, I guess, is all we got. I got desire to try to finish well, so we'll see what we can do. Hopefully with only 12 cars, I can, like I said, I don't know. We're probably going to lose iRating out of this. If I can just get to 6th, I'd be happy, but realistically, I can finish 12th if I'm on the lead lap and I got beat by everybody. Hey, no problem. You know what, I lose iRating, that's fine. should probably be something I should probably take, like, if I wanted to run this planet, like, 3 or 4 weeks ahead of time and focus on practicing it a ton over those 3 or 4 weeks instead of, you know, making a somewhat last-minute decision to do it in a series that I'm not very good at. But we'll see. Pace car's off. Get ready to go here soon. See where the leader's gonna go. We are off and rolling. And it's super late model time. Try to slide. I don't think I'll have pace for the 8. I'm just going to tiptoe it to start. 8 kind of shoots up the track, so we're just going to go underneath.
Still there.
If I can get by him, great. So on the bottom, try to keep it off of him. Look for him to try to cross underneath us at some point. Front 6 had broken away.
5-3, E7. That lap time
And
was
we've got a wreck already.
7-8. Got a full course caution. Watch out.
Alright, so there's your first caution fairly quick. We've got
Looks
the
like Arnold
2
has
car
crashed.
is the all-black car. Cool. Another late model race with an all-black car. You know, of some form. Obviously,
under
it's super
caution.
late models
It's
instead of
closed.
late models, but I guess that's the popular thing to do. But hey, we moved up to 7th. Gets a restart on the inside now. Really hope this is not a sign of things to come, because I saw a couple races that actually managed to go like 1 caution in one. I think they had like 2 or 3 in another one, which by super late model standards for me running these things, that's actually pretty good. Then gets a lap back early on. 11's on pit road. Front 6 were breaking away quite a bit there. Probably went over on fuel as well. I put a couple extra gallons in, more than what I probably needed. Wasn't sure how many cautions we would get, so I didn't want to get burned to be short of fuel. And again, with me having a shorter gearing, it's using more revs, so in theory you're burning more fuel that way as well. 11 is back out. 11's 1 lap down, and the 10 got a lap back as well. So we got 2 cars 1 lap down. So we were to stay green. And we were to stay on the lead lap. The worst we could finish is 10th. Which is not where I started, but that's better than finishing dead last. And in theory, the longer we do this, the less laps the leaders have to put me a lap down, although I'm sure at some point I'll make a mistake to ruin that. Oh, we'll be getting ready to roll. Get the 1 to go next time by. The 8 to our outside, that's well directly behind us.
Race car's coming in this lap.
Alright, we'll see what we can do. Now that we're on the bottom. A little bit of heat, brakes and tires, get ready to go.
Green, let's go.
Looked like the 4 kind of spun tires. I almost missed a shift.
E6.
4 goes around, no caution yet, and there it is. So with that, an off restart for the outside line, and the fact that we were able to avoid that wreck, I am now in the top 5.
Race car's out. Line up single file.
Probably not going to stay there,
Race car is out.
based on
Pits
pace,
are
but
closed.
hey. Positive movement. 2 cautions already, though, only by lap 10. Not a good start. Not a good look. If this is like a ton of cautions, I will not waste your guys' time posting it, but unless I can like somehow finish like 2nd or 3rd in a race that I never should.
Pits are open.
So this is definitely a way to make sure that you have enough fuel. 10 gets his lap back. He should be back on the lead lap. I don't think the 4 Unless the 4 got contacted by somebody, I think the 4 should be fine from a damage perspective. Eight was able to get by the 2 as well. 12's now back in 8th. Well, he moved up to 8th, because I think he was in 9th on that restart. Let's see, where did the 4 end up? 4's in 10th, so he's second to last, 10 being the last one to get his lap back, so. And the 11 is 2 laps down right now. Small field, but kind of expect that both for super late models and it being the Bullring. Really like these cars, and I wish the series had better racing or better participation. I've heard some people say, and I would agree with them,
caution. Pits are closed.
If you can master the super late model and drive it to its full potential on the edge consistently and do it, then you can handle almost any pavement oval car. I think the only one that might make a difference for is like possibly the sprint car or maybe the Silver Crown. But for the most part, if you can handle super late models, you can handle just about anything. I like to master them, but just the racing typically tends to not be very good.
Okay, Jake, get ready.
And
Race
I
will
don't
resume at
enjoy
the end of this lap.
pacing around for 60 to 70% of the scheduled laps. Speed tires again. Just gonna look to get a decent restart. I'm not looking to make any crazy moves or anything. Just want a clean restart.
Green flag.
Off and rolling. Fine with the 5 getting in front of us. 8 tries to run the outside. He washes up. We're gonna have the 2 looking to the inside because I opened up the bottom.
Still
Just
there.
trying to get him by. The 8's gonna try to get us. 8.
Fastest
That's
lap
kind of
right
on me for cutting down, but the 8
Sixth
probably
place.
pushed up. We were able to save it.
Still there.
So we're still rolling. 8's gonna get the run on the outside now.
What are outside? You got one right
Trying to
side.
clear him. 4's gonna be working his way back through the field as well.
That's a new fastest lap for Wilson.
Likely gonna get shifted back to 7th, if not 8th.
Just done it. 14.38.
Seems like 7th is probably where I belong in terms of pace because I've got nothing for the front 5 now.
Wilson, 14.29. You've just done it. 14.
I think he's just, again,
Fastest lap.
underdriving the corners really bad.
Car inside.
We're just getting there. We'll try to get him by quickly here in 1.
New fastest lap for Edwards. 4th there on the inside. 7th position.
Clear myself in front of the 8. Get back to running my line. So right now, if it stays green, that we left things not looking like a goal that I'm gonna hit, but we're gonna try. At least we're getting green flag laps now. 20 complete. 8 spins. Keeps it on the bottom though, no caution yet. We're just now 6/10 ahead. We'll watch them keep pulling away, but
You've just done it.
see if I can try to roll the car and stay with them. At least the lap times are picking up. Which is probably more a product of me getting more comfortable with the car, the track. Although as I say that, I suck that lap. Overdrove 1 there.
14.64. The gap ahead is now 0.81.
I think I need to turn in just a little bit later into 1.
That last lap was at 14.61.
It's like the 5 is kind of falling back some. Kind of catching the 5. So maybe we can get by the 5. Have a shot at a 6th place finish.
0.83.
The 4 is slowly pulling away from us.
That lap was at 14.66.
So we got a big gap back to the 8. He's recovered from his spin and is back in 8th. I feel like I need to get the car slowed down a little more in the corners. I feel like I'm using too much steering deflection to turn it. I also feel like I'm braking a little too late into the corners.
The gap in front is now 1.14.
Not really catching the 5 anymore and staying pretty steady. Just have to watch for contact between the 4 and the 5 if 4 tries to go for a dive. Is going to be coming up relatively soon. He's still 2 laps down. Well, no, I think he's 3 laps down actually. He's not really getting out of the way. Right, sorry to him.
The gap in front is increased to 1.3 there. That was at 14.87.
That was the 4 and the 5 to pull away a little bit.
Clear inside.
Levin just drives it in intentionally. I don't know why he felt the need to do that. That sucks because right. I'm sorry for running him off the track, but that's kind of crap. But hey, it's short track racing. Allow the 8 to close back up to us, allow the 4 and the 5 to pull away. They're now 3 seconds ahead. And it cost me some time to the leader, which probably wasn't going to make the difference in staying on the lead lap, considering we're not even to the halfway point yet. If we can catch a break, I'll switch over to session last lap, but right now just gonna keep it on best lap and kind of keep my own eye on the relative between each lap. I think we're probably the 8th fastest car on the track because the 8 is definitely catching us. Keep an eye on that gap for the next few laps. It's 1.1 back.
That was at 14.81.
It's not going to help when I drive into the outside wall like that, and then overshoot turn 3.
You've just
done a reset, drive a better lap this time.
Is gaining on you. The gap is now 0.82.
It's at 0.7. Away there by a 10th.
That lap was
just going to keep driving smooth, not overdriving it. Back to 0.7. Trying to do a better job of rolling the center of the corners. Drove 3 there. Cut off a good chunk of time there. Gap to the 4 and the 5 has stayed fairly consistent at least, but unfortunately, I don't think that's really going to matter all that much. We just cannot cut it down at all. The 4 has broken away from the 5. 8's closing up to us because now I'm driving like crap again. The leader's only 3 seconds back. Kind of all over. I clipped the outside wall. 8 was looking like he was going to dive into the inside. He'll get it now. Pushed wide off at 2.
You got one. Still there. Inside clear.
Had to get the 2 the inside, unfortunately.
P8.
Just going to try to follow behind him. Leader is 2.5 back, and leader's like 4 seconds ahead of second.
Your lap time was at 50.
We are getting closer to halfway. Yeah, I'm just getting beat through the center of the corner by the 8. He's just able to roll the center so much faster than I am. Oh, and it doesn't help when I do things like that.
The gap to Cole ahead is increasing. It's now 0.83.
He's just walking away. Overdrive 3. 3.8 to the 5. Leader's going to be here in probably the next 5 laps. We're halfway down.
Alright, Jake, halfway home. Fuel's good.
Alright, goals.
Ahead is
only 1 lap down now.
1.10.
I know this is kind of boring since it's such a small field and it's spread out. It's nice to at least get green flag laps in. Helps me more from a driver development standpoint. Like I said, we're keeping pace with the 5. I mean, we're losing a little bit of time, but not anywhere near as much as would be like to the leader of the 4.
The gap to Cole in front is now 1.26.
Leader by this time.
Stay high, we got one inside. That lap time was 15.0. They're low. Alright, Jake, we're in a lucky dog position right now.
I guess that's the hope right now, is if we got a caution right now, we'd get our lap back. But unfortunately, I think the 3 is going to get, the leader's going to get to the 8 before I can.
15.41, our low. Inside clear.
That was the 8 looping the dog zone. So right now that puts us back in the lucky dog. Well, we were always in it, but it puts us back in 7th.
15.10. That lap was at 15.00.
I think I'm just entering too low both ends now. At least watching what the leader's doing. But I think the leader's able to just get it to rotate center a lot better than I am. I feel like center of the corner is where I'm getting beat. It's just probably me. I don't know, I'm probably not braking at the right point. And I probably torched the right front by now too. So we're gonna have to fend the 8 off again.
Position.
But I'll welcome the challenge, do the best that I can with it.
Okay, Jake, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
C8 kind of seems like we were He's making all the usual mistakes I make in the supers. Approaching lap 70. Closing in on 40 to go. Got a really good long green flag run here.
That lap was at 15.00.
See if we end up catching up to our nemesis, the 11, at any point. I didn't notice if he dropped out of the race or not. Fi's been slowly pulling away from us. Gap's at about 4.6 now. So feels like we're realistically an 8th place car. And it's just going to depend on what the 8 does behind us. Which is, based off of qualifying times, that's where I thought I would be. It was an 8th place car.
Your last lap
Try
time was
one
at
there.
15.04.
On the 8 to close back up. It really gains that time through 3 and 4. Turned it too soon into 1. Let's allow the 8 to get the drive on the inside. See if he's going to be patient or if he's going to go for it. Try to protect the bottom, but I know it's basically inevitable given how much better of a run he gets off the corner. Kind of like that, I got to give him the line. So we'll get him by and just hope that he makes a mistake. Or that we get 2 quick cautions. Because he'll get the lucky dog and then we can try to get it. And eventually when they get to us, we'll have a big pack of angry cars. They're on the lead lap because the 3 is just gone. I think that's just a big pace difference. Just need to hope that the 8 makes another mistake. Because I held him off as long as I could and it's just not fast enough. Seeming like the gearing idea is not working out the way that I wanted it to. 10's coming up again. It's going to dive underneath them.
8th place.
See if we can catch the same break going here into 3.
Right
He
there.
stays high.
They're out there.
Thank you to him.
You've just done it 15.06. Your lap time was 15.03.
I picked up the throttle way too early there in 2.
The gap to Cole ahead is now 0.94.
Again, the 8's continuing to pull away just like he did the time before. Now I'm starting to drive it. It's the wall down the front stretch.
15.05.
I could pray that he makes a mistake. Something happened to the 5 because we did close up some. I don't think it's due to him getting the leader by.
Lap times are pretty consistent.
Because it's down to 3.3 now. And it was almost 5
The gap to
seconds.
Cole ahead is now 1.00. That lap was at 15.
Maybe something happened and we'll be able to try to catch him before the end of the race, but I doubt that's going to be the case. Just so far off the pace compared to these guys, like I've got so much work to do if I want to be faster with this car. So now he's starting to pull back away, so I think part of it probably was letting the leader by, but maybe, you know, he had a slide or something.
That last lap was at 15.04.
Back the brakes up some to help the entry now. Probably should have done that sooner, but I don't know how much of a difference it was going to make.
Gap 2, Cole.
Just need to adjust my braking points.
1.47.
A little bit of the apron there.
Be careful, we've got a full
And
course
we're almost
caution.
on lap 90 and we get our caution, so. Fortunately, we're still going to be the first one a lap down.
We think that Wilson has binned it.
Actually, no, I think there's going to be more than that. One was the first one a lap down. So we're going to be strapped a lap down, but we'll have the 8 and the 5 around us. No, 5 gets his lap, I think. So, I suppose that keeps us from less likely from going 2 laps down now. This is a chance to cool the tires off, get reset. Not sure what happened with the one. Check the replay after the race is done and see. But we're running right where we started, reasonably based on pace where I should be. Fortunately, just so far off the pace so far out to lunch. Probably shouldn't have bothered running this, but hey, I'm never gonna learn if I don't try. Gives me an idea of, you know, A, where am I being beat, and B, like I said, what do I need to work on? Getting the car in and through the center of the corner is the biggest area right now, without a doubt. So, 19 to go right now. One is going into pits. Okay, so I think that should put us in 7th. Probably could have pitted and repaired whatever little damage that I had, but I don't think it's going to make a massive difference, honestly. 4 is the lucky dog. No, somehow the 4s, they're getting everybody by, getting us to the back. Okay. So we're still in 7th like we thought. The 5 got the lucky dog. 8's the new lucky dog.
Full course yellow, pits are open.
1's going to be behind us. He's going to be really fast.
We're going green next time by. Full course yellow, pits are open.
Delayed green for the 5 to get back up. Not sure why they're lining up the 9 where they are. This is so weird. Why the 9's a lap down. Because 9 is 2 laps down. And they have them up there, but that's weird. I don't know what's going on. We'll see when we get the 1 to go, because we got the 1 right behind us. 8's going to be 1 row.
Jake,
Okay, so the 9 stays in front of us. I don't know, this is weird. Figured the 9 would have been shuffled behind us, but I'm wrong about that. I can try to do my best for the last 15 laps to hold off the 1, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't really want to get wrecked over it, but I'll try to do my best.
Green flag, we're racing. We need to pass Cole to get the lucky dog position.
Oh, 9 checked up big time. Trying to stay off the 9. That's checking us all up. 9's on the inside now.
Inside's clear.
Had the 1 to the inside as well. Fortunately, we're getting an 8X now. The contact with 9. Tried to stay off the 9. 9 just did not go, and I brushed the wall now. So we're just racing the 8 and the 1 right now.
That lap time was 14.85.
1's gonna be looking at the bottom. One's gonna be doing everything he can to find a run around me, which I'm sure he will. I'm gonna try to do my best to hang on to it. Just getting beat center corner again. Gotta give it to him since he got the run.
The gap to Cole in front is now 0. Clear inside.
Alright, so we're back to 8th.
8th place. You've just
Unfortunately, we're going to lose
50.
quite a bit of safety rating out of this. The 8X, and it's not going to help when I get the wall, but that's going to get the 5 by.
Hold your line. Clear low.
Sucks because we were running about even with the 5. He gets loose in front of us into 1. Just drove it in a bit too hot. Still kind of all over. We've got 8 to go.
Ahead is now 1.44.
Did what I could to hold off the 1, just did not have the pace and the driving talent to. Trying to hang with the 5, but you see the 5 still pulling away from me.
P8.
Drove 3 there.
Ahead is now 2.0.
4 to go. Yeah, just terrible exit out of 2. Tried to lift and save it off the wall, still tagged the wall slightly. Or right front's not going to look very pretty.
That was a 15.06. Gap to Wilson in front is now 2.6.
Yeah, definitely needed to have changed the gearing.
2 to go.
I don't think that would have made the difference between staying on the lead lap or not, but maybe I would have been able to hang with like the 5 and the 8 a little more. White flag.
White flag, last lap. That lap time was 14.82.
Oh, not a pretty race. By no means was I fast. But I tried to do the best I could. And we got out of it with just 3 cautions, which was nice. So, hate that the whole contact with the 11 happened. That was kind of crap. I mean, I feel bad for getting into him, but I don't know, it was whatever. I don't even know what lap he dropped off on. Unfortunately, we have a fairly high incident count there. See the 7 finished up there. Take a look at the tires. 85, 89. I beat up the right front quite a bit, but I don't know. That's what it was. So, still can look at the deal with the 11. You can see what happened there. I want to say it was this area. No, it was later. Right here. Okay, so we're gonna watch it for the far chase. 11 gets shuffled out. I'm gonna be approaching him. Get the run there. I don't know. Like, so I accidentally... I mean, I'm not denying that I didn't touch him at all. Like, I completely did. Let's take a look at it from a more overhead view and kind of see. So, like, we're coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. We're going to get a really big run on him. I didn't want to duck underneath. I was actually halfway out of the throttle at this point. Thought we were going to be a little better at half, and then tried to get on the brakes. Quite honestly, if I made contact with them, yeah, I mean, it was a shot, but I don't think it really affected him all that much. Maybe it sent him into the corner a little deep, and then I got off of him. It's not like I really spun him out or anything. So it sent him up the track. We go on by. Thought that was going to be the last of it, and we were good. And then he just sends it in, which wasn't quite as bad of a shot, but I mean, you watch it. He's going to go down to the bottom. I could look in the cockpit and kind of get an idea of what, his telemetry looked at, but I had no clue he was going to send it in from that far back, so I was prepared just to take my normal line. And he dives it in. Doesn't never turn directly right, so I don't think I can really protest it for intentional wrecking, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going to call that intentional wrecking, but I know. It's what it is. Get I don't know, I guess he got that upset. Because then he let us by, so that's what made me think it was intentional, but I don't know, it's kind of a bad spot there. Kind of a bit of a rough deal, but let's take a look at the end and see on that last restart what happened with the 9. So let's rewind this a little bit because this is where we get going, and I had to check up big time for the 9. That's what got me loose. And then I just didn't go in the center of the corner. And I don't. I gave him a shot there, and then the 1 actually ends up giving us a shot. So I don't remember if I got the 4X out of the contact with the 9 or with the 1. The 1 takes it all the way to the apron, actually. Like, that was kind of. That was crazy. So let's look at it again. Maybe we'll go a little bit more overhead. Get a better look at it that way. So, like, you can see, we get going. I'm jumping on the brakes to try to avoid him. Try and expect when he's braking, half throttle kind of, or half brake like I was doing. And then this is where I kind of got loose. Picked up the brakes to try to stay off of them. And then tried to lift the brakes to try to reset the car. And then rolled off. Thought we were going to be okay. Got on the throttle, lifted out because he wasn't going, tried to get back on the brakes and just made light contact with them, and then, was trying to catch it and get going again, and that's where the 1 barely makes contact with us as well. So either the shot with the 9 or the shot with the 1 gave me the 4X that took us to 8X. I know the other 4X was from the 11 diving it in. So rough deal. I don't know how much differently I could have handled both of those situations. They were light contacts for the most part. It's kind of unfortunately short track racing in a degree. So, feel free to leave any comments if you think of either one of those. Can see, I would love to hear your guys decide if you would have done stuff differently. Especially, I mean, I feel like the one with the 11, it wasn't that big of a bump. Was it a mistake on my part? Yes, it was, but I don't think it was that bad to necessitate him diving in into me. That felt fairly intentional, but I could be reading that wrong since I tend to get a little upset when that stuff happens. And then the deal with the 9, that's just, I don't know, that's guys checking up. I don't, again, I tried to get on the brakes as best as I could. And once I got on the brakes and had to settle, it's going to be that kind of chain effect. So the 1, with as close as we were off the restart and the 1 trying to move up the field as quickly as he could, that same thing's going to kind of happen. So take a look at the results, see how bad all that's going to be. Like I said, we're going to lose quite a bit of I rating and safety rating, unfortunately. Safety rating, we actually break even somehow, which I will take, although the 8X again was not great. Fast lap was about a quarter of a second off, a little over a quarter of a second. Average lap time, we were a little over 2/10 off. So, not pretty. The 11 disconnected relatively early on into the race, so he was, yeah, a little bit before halfway, about 20 laps before halfway. So, 8th place was reasonably about the pace we were. I think maybe had we not had the deal happen with the 11, sliding us, I still probably would have finished lap down. If we wouldn't have had any of those cautions, then maybe we might have stood a chance to try to get to the 5. I think he was falling off a little bit more than we were. 8 would have blasted by us though. Still, the 8 was still a lot quicker. Just over on the long run, he was a lot faster. So even though we finished 8th reasonably, if we hadn't had to deal with the 11th, I think at best it would have been 7th place. It really wouldn't have been all that different. So lost 38 and I rating, we're just over 3,000, but that's fine. I'll have plenty more races the rest of this week to try to grind that back out. And like I said, feel free to let me know what you guys think of both the incident with the 9 and the 1 and then the deal with the 11. Love to hear from you guys on that. Also love to hear if you like that or not. I mean, obviously it's not fun to watch me being that slow, but if it's something you guys enjoy, if I think the races are going to be somewhat clean like this, I have no problem because I want to learn the car, I want to enjoy it, I want to get faster at it. I'll put the time and effort into it, for you guys because it is something that I would enjoy as well. But obviously I want to get you guys something that you enjoy that I enjoy as well. So if you didn't enjoy it, then that's it's a different story. It'll be lower on my list of things to do because I have other ones that I do want to run and improve on. So, but we'll leave it at that, and hopefully I'll get back to some better pace, some better performance, and some other series that I may be a little bit faster, and a little more comfortable with, and see if we can get you things turn back in the right direction. So thank you for watching, and until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. See you next time.